So what we've decided to do is that we're going to use sound to represent the current context of the network traffic. Now that has been done before, that's nothing new there, okay? Nothing new. And if you do that, all you get is an unmelodious scream, okay? It's called the songs of the network or songs of the internet. But we've used something different. We've used SOC. And SOC is known as self-organized criticality. Anybody heard of that? Great, I can make it up as I go along. Brilliant. SOC is often seen in earthquakes. Mainly, it's often seen in natural complex systems and it's seen in man-made complex systems. But in earthquakes, over geological time, the plates are stressed, they relax, they stress, and bang, suddenly you have an earthquake. Now the issue about that with sonification is, SOC, self-organized criticality, is that you apply the same stresses, but the response is completely different, which is why you cannot predict when an earthquake is going to happen. Because at the point of the earthquake, just at that point, it can be in an infinite number of meta-stable states, which means it can do nothing, or it can go really bang, and anywhere in between. And because of that metastable situation, you don't know what the outcome is going to be either. Because there's uncertainty when it's going to happen, there's also uncertainty in the catastrophic response. However, network traffic displays SOC, self-organized criticality, and it's characterized what's known as burstiness. Okay? And you can use that over a period of time. You can aggregate the time. You can use that to come to a decision about whether the network's getting stressed or not stressed. Now this particular graph here represents a second. So you're going to get loads of bumps, which if you turn into sound isn't going to be that attractive. But if you aggregate it, say 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you start to smooth these out. And we developed a prototype system to do that. And these are the smooth bits. This is normal traffic. And what we've used, because I'm running out of time here, so I've got to speak really quickly, what we used is bytes sent and received, packets sent and received, and we put sound to them. Now we've put something really new wave and touchy-feely, raindrops, bells, people singing harmoniously, okay? But you can do whatever you like with it. So what we're saying basically is, if it sounds like Greensleeves, the network's fine. As soon as it goes into Led Zeppelin, you know that something's wrong. You know, I'm being a bit facetious there, but that's what I'm trying to put across. The use of sound to indicate when something's going wrong. Now most of you are saying, oh yeah, sure that's going to work. Who hasn't heard one of those? Don't know what it is. Crying in the night and felt, I've got to do something. Why are you responding to that? Why in that sound is causing you, as a parent, to go and see what the problem is? There's something in there that's asking you to do it. Even if you're on the metro, and I use the term metro because I come up from up north and not London, in the metro, even when the baby's crying in the metro, you still feel that you want to go and either shake it or, you know, to hold it and cuddle it. What's going on? There's something in that sound that immediately gets in tune into our inner bias, in our inner person. And that's called affective computing. That's using sound to moderate or give you a sense, oh, I need to do something to resolve the situation. So in essence, what we're saying is, the system has a context awareness. I've got 5 minutes, I can slow down now. Stop now. Running out of breath. The system itself can then develop an understanding of its own context, okay, by the way it's sounding. That is then transmitted to the administrator, who then can either ignore it or do something. But the most important thing, they have got other things to do. They can listen to it. They can put it on their headphones. They can go make a cup of coffee. They could be in another room. They don't have to monitor the traffic. It's happening in real time, or certainly when I say real time, it all depends how long you've aggregated the time slot. So it could be a minute behind or 5 minutes behind, whenever you've aggregated the slot to. But it still gives you an indication. And because SOC uses what's known as power laws, if we go back to the slide, previous one, not that one, this one, you have rising power laws. And because it's a power law situation, you'll jump into the next power law. So it's 1 to the 10, 2 to the 10, 3 to the 10. Okay, so you're moving up very quickly. And that indicates the stress levels are starting to rise. The amount of traffic is either increasing, or in this case, going back to this one, the amount of traffic that's being asked from this network is increasing. So it's been asked to deliver something that possibly you may not be able to do, which then indicates a denial of service. Now it's been flooded with something and I want you to respond. Okay, we're coming to the end. We've talked about effective computing, how we're using this to instigate some sort of feeling, some emotional attachment. This is not unheard of. There's loads of things like e-pets, and there's another one which has gone completely out of my mind now.
Baby.
Pardon?
Baby.
Well, there's a baby, yeah, but it's that one, yeah. But it's electronic devices. I think you can have something on your mobile phone that manages how much exercise you do. And if you do an awful lot, the flower grows. And if you don't do any, it just dies. So it's some sort of electronic device. Do you feel, I really want to hug this phone because I really need it to help me. Okay. So anyway, so we're finished now. I'm glad I'm so cool. Thank God for that. Finished. Any questions? Any questions whatsoever?
We'll take questions at the panel session.
Right. Okay.
Thank you very much.